All right, so watch this video if you need a little bit of hope. So I was talking with my client Fernando last night, and he asked me, DeAndre, like, was there ever a time in your life when everything was going backwards and you were working and you didn't know if it was actually going to work out, the manifestations, right? And he pulled a story out of me that I've never told in public, but I told it to him, and he suggested I tell it to you guys here on YouTube. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you that story of what happened literally days before my second quantum leap with scaling to $100,000 a month in my consulting business. As if you guys watching this right now, we're in a beautiful orange GT3 RS, the new one. This thing is absolutely a killer. We got the DRS system open right now, so we're just flying. We're gonna be doing some mountain rides right now. So without further ado, I want to tell you that quick little story. Okay, so as you guys know, I work with Bob Proctor. I've said many times. If you're watching this, I assume you already know who I am and you like watching this. You need a little bit of motivation, a little pick-me-up to keep you going to reject the projection, right? So I earned my first like $1.3 million while I was with hold on, going a little fast here. It's so easy to go fast in this thing. So as you guys know, I was making I made $1.3 million working with Bob Proctor, and then I ended up losing it all. I didn't say lose it all, but I ended up going broke again for 2 years. So I was, during this 2-year period, I stopped studying, I stopped doing all the work that I teach now. I started doing an OnlyFans agency, I started doing Instagram consulting, I started doing a bunch of businesses that weren't really relevant to what I'm doing now. So I'm sleeping on couches again. I had to move back home for a period of time. And let me tell you, it was a bit depressing. It's one thing to want to earn your first $1 million and be hoping for it, but it's another thing when you earn it and then lose it all. Sometimes you doubt if you got lucky. Sometimes you doubt if it was real, if the study material was really real. That was a lot of things that I was going through during this period of the 2 years, right? So then I had to make a quantum jump, right? I had to do a quantum leap, sleeping on my grandparents' couch again after earning $1 million. My grandparents didn't even believe me that I earned that much money, because I was like, okay, if you earned all this money, then where is it? Which is a true question. So I was like, okay, well, let me go to somewhere I've always wanted to go to, and that was Dubai. So at the time I booked my flight to Dubai, I swear I had
1.5 kilometers.
I swear I had about like,
right exit
all right, I swear I had about $2,000, maybe even little bit less when I got to Dubai. So I landed in Dubai, and I go to a hotel for like 2 nights, and then I move into the apartment that I was gonna stay in. And luckily for me, this apartment, it was like a hotel, Airbnb apartment type thing, really nice building. It allowed me to pay daily, which was gonna come later on in the story of how like I was surviving day to day. So I stay in this apartment, really nice little 1-bedroom apartment, and this is where I started making my content. I get to Dubai and I start trying to do my best making content. I'm posting 3 times a day on Instagram, and I hired Wes Watson. Shout out to Wes Watson. He taught me some good stuff, enough money to come here to Dubai. But the Instagram thing, it wasn't working for me. Right? I was doing the burpees. I was waking up 5 a.m. I was hitting the gym for 3 hours a day, but I didn't see anything changing. I was posting 3 times a day on Instagram, guys, and my business wasn't growing. And let me tell you, I was so frustrated. Man, I'm working 4 hours a day, editing videos, posting, knowing I need to make some money. And I'm like, dude, I have like only a little bit of money that, in order to like survive. Like I was really just living week to week. And so this is where I find myself after 3 months of doing this, completely stressed out, guys, completely stressed out. I mean, I'm talking about to the fact that I'm so stressed out, I swear I'm considering jumping off a bridge at this point in my life. I swear, I'm not even lying. I consider jumping off my balcony because I was so frustrated, because how did all this material that I had studied with Bob Proctor, why was it not working after all these years? I started to doubt that everything that I had learned from Bob Proctor, everything I'd studied for years, was not real. Because remember, at this point, I'm broke almost 2-3 years. So I'm just like, wow, why is none of this working? And so I get so frustrated, but before and even to make it worse, because I'm posting and I'm not getting clients, I ran out of money. Like I literally had to ask my grandparents to give me some money. Hold on, let me get this, see if we can get this sound really quick. Guys, the handling is insane on this GT3 RS with that DRS open. All right, it's actually... All right, there's a camera right there. We had to take that corner because I've been on these straights all this time. I had to hit the DRS so we can get some some downforce back on that massive ass wing behind us. Anyways, that was a nice little motivational thing for you guys. All right, so here I am. I'm asking my grandparents for money, asking them, you know, to pay stuff on their credit card, and I'm living day to day, guys. I swear, there was days that I was like, the company, the hotel reception would call me. They would text me like at like 4 p.m. in the afternoon, like, "Hey, DeAndre, are you checking out today?" And they knew I wasn't checking out because I was living like that for about a month, like week to week, buying days. Like, I swear, buying a 1-day package for $100, buying a 2-day package, 3-day packages, like literally living day to day. That's how I lived for literally almost like a month. And that's how embarrassing it was, is that they would text me 4, 5, 6 p.m., even sometimes 7 p.m. like, "Hey, DeAndre, are you checking out today?" Oh man, that's literally how it was. So here I am posting on Instagram. I'm broke. I'm living day to day in a hotel. And like, this is where I don't really understand the concept of rejected projection, right? And it gets to the point where I'm like, I'm so stressed out that I give up on everything. And I decide I'm not going to do coaching. I'm not going to do Instagram anymore. Because at the time I wasn't doing mindset coaching. I was doing like business coaching, like what Wes Watson was teaching me. And so I said, I'm not doing this anymore. I give up. I'm not having fun anymore. I'm going to go build a YouTube channel. Okay, so this is where I find myself on YouTube. But I wasn't going to build a coaching business with mindset. I was going to build a car channel. So this is why you see a lot of cars integrated with my channel, right? So when it comes to the car channel, what happens is I decided I want to build a YouTube channel and be the #1 influencer when it comes to cars. So using the same material that I have now, I got a piece of paper and a pen, and I wrote down exactly what I wanted my life to look like. I said, I want to be a YouTube influencer. I want to have access to all the cars. I want to get, you know, it's kind of like Supercar Blondie and like all these car guys, vehicle virgins, but for the guy in Dubai, because Dubai has a big car market. So I said nobody was doing YouTube in the car market here in Dubai, so I'm going to be that guy. So I wrote it down, and I decided that, you know, in order to get access to all these cars, I need to partner with an exotic car rental business, okay? So what I do is I go and I start writing a list of different exotic car rent businesses that I'm going to work with so I can start making this YouTube channel, because you know what I'm talking about. I make a list of 10, and out of nowhere, a flash of the screen hits my mind, and this is what I know is the sixth sense. And something hits my mind. Uptown Rental. And these are the cars that you see at the beginning of my channel, where you see me, like my most popular videos, all the Rolls Royces, Lamborghinis. That was their cars, right? So at the time, what I was doing was I said, hey, I'm going to build a YouTube channel, and in exchange, I'll make some Instagram content for you guys. So I walk into their office and I say, hey, I'm going to build this YouTube content for you. And I swear, I sat down no more than 5 minutes. I bring up the proposal that I created, right? Remember I talked about creating the vacuum. So I was like, if I have a client, I have to create a proposal. So I created this proposal. I'm showing it to this guy that's working at Uptown Rental. And in 5 minutes, he says, you know what, DeAndre, close your laptop. We close my laptop and we hop in the Lamborghini STO. And he takes me for a drive like this, and I'm sitting in the passenger seat. And he says, DeAndre, pull out your phone, make a video. And then you know how I am. What's going on, guys? It's your man, DeAndre, here for another video. Right now, we're sitting in a Lamborghini STO. All right. And one thing about Dubai in this area is they really value English-speaking people, especially with an American accent. So instantly, they took me on. They said, yeah, we want you. We want to work with you. We signed a contract right there. And that same day, I left with the Lamborghini Huracan STO. It completely blew my mind, because in less than 48 hours, I went from a dream that I'm going to go build a YouTube channel with cars to having a Lamborghini STO free, you know, in my driveway at the apartment that I was at. And that's what I ended up doing. So sorry, guys. So here I am. I'm working on this for 1 month, okay? I quit posting on Instagram videos. I quit doing all these things, and I just start working on this car channel. I put all the coaching, all the Instagram, all that stuff to the side. I almost like detached. I think that was a important part. I detached from all those things that were going on around me. And this is where fate comes back in. After 1 month of working with this company, me and the owner end up having a falling out, and I stopped working with them. I move into a new apartment with the prospect of, because they were going to start paying me $2,000 a month, which is finally I can start making money. So I move into this new apartment with the expectation that I have a salary that I can use to pay the rent. And as soon as I move into the apartment, I swear, like 2 days in, we stopped working together, and we cut the contract. So here I am, guys. I'm in Dubai. I think it's August 2024. I got maybe $300 in my bank account. I have a rent due in 2 weeks. I'm just committing to this, and I lost all the opportunity that I was working on. But you know what's the biggest thing about this story, guys? in that moment, because I'm still deep rooted in this material, I still had a sense of well-being in my heart. I still had a sense of everything was working out, and I had no fear. When that contract ended, that salary that I had committed to this apartment ended, well-being came across me and said, DeAndre, you're okay. It was like God was speaking to me, and he says, you're gonna be okay. Watch what happens. And the end of that week, my YouTube channel on the Mr. Law of Attraction ends up blowing up. That one of the videos ends up going viral, and that month, in that apartment, I make $95,000 cash. A video gets I think 100,000 views or something like this, and floods my Instagram with over 1,000 DMs, completely changing my life. And now has made almost $600,000 on the YouTube channel here in the last several 10 months or so. And it's a crazy thing to see how everything, what we call the bridge of incidents, ended up just working out, right? So from the moment of me coming to Dubai, living hotel to hotel, getting so frustrated so I want to quit, then I move over to YouTube, but not YouTube Mr. Law of Attraction, YouTube for cars. And while I'm making these car videos, I pull out my phone one day, said I haven't made a mindset video in a while. I pull out a Mr. Law of Attraction video, record the same video with the cars, and within a couple weeks, those videos end up blowing up. And it was the sense of well-being that allowed me to not fear, not doubt that everything was working out for me, and the rest is history. Now I've been over here, been able to live in Dubai, earn hundreds of this is gonna be 7 figures working now with this business, and just keep continuing to scale, guys. Last week alone, I made $65,000 cash, $80,000 in revenue just last week alone. This month I'm already at about 80K, but we'll close one more deal tomorrow that'll push us over $90,000 for this month. And it's amazing to see that when you chase after your dreams, gentlemen, you can really build your dream life. We got Vanessa behind the camera. Vanessa, pone tres veces. Tres veces, ¿recuerda?
Tres veces?
Tres veces. 1, 2, 3. Tres veces. That was 2. Yeah. So we got Vanessa behind the camera. We're in Dubai, right out the outskirts, about to make a nice little YouTube video. Face it towards me, over here. All right, whatever. And we're driving a beautiful GT3 RS, guys. And this is fun. Now, soon I want to buy one of these bad boys. It was about $1,400 to rent it for the day, which is completely worth it because I'm ready to go out and make this thing happen. So anyways, gentlemen, that's going to be it for today. This was your little inspirational video to show you that I went through some very difficult times, but I never stopped. I kept going. I kept rejecting the projection, and everything was just working out perfectly fine. Get out there. Don't quit. Reject the projection, because your dream life is just on the other side of you, thinking quantum thoughts, feeling as if it's done, creating the vacuum by acting like that person now, and rejecting the projection until. Let's do it, gentlemen.